Alright, just 1 second while I get everything set up. Looks like everything's working okay. Today I'm standing as opposed to sitting because it's healthier. Gonna do some adjusting to make it all work right. That's okay. Get my Discord alerted. Well, that looks done. That looks done. Okay. I can get my tea ready. Fresh tea. Okay. So, where was I? My voice is a little better today as opposed to previously where I was like hating my life. More talking than I'm used to, I guess. You got the restream chat up too while I'm at it. Okay. So I experimented a bit with mega lights in the 5.4 preview and sorry, 5.5 preview, and over regular lights, I get like about 14 FPS, and with better lights, or with the mega lights, I get like 28 to 30. So they do seem like the real deal, but 5.5 is, well, in preview, it breaks so many things. Mostly because there's no plugins for like a bunch of the stuff that I have. I actually only need 4 plugins, and one of them exists, but gosh, one of the plugins I have doesn't even work for 5.4, which is why I can't even package the project to test it until he updates that. Don't ask how the project's even working in 5.4 and why it's like the dialogue plugin. Why there's dialogue that works, don't ask. Don't know. Doesn't matter. Irrelevant. So, I'm just gonna use misses until 5.5 hits for realsies, and then I'll switch to mega lights. I'll just redo all my lights to be mega lights. There's a new dodge. Which I think is cooler than the weird flippy stuff. I do need to make it work with a weapon though. But for now. He is cursed to do it though. I could make it eat sanity. I'm tempted to make it the hermit or the fool and like redo the fool as something else. I do kind of like the fool. It's kind of become almost iconic in a way, but I don't know. As you can see, the FPS is still not great. Let me close a couple things first and then... Yeah, it's still doing not amazing. This is actually a little bit less than I get with Mega Lights. I did a couple tweaks to improve the FPS in this. Overall, it's pretty good. I mean, if I don't have anything else open, like my other things open, I mean other Unreal tabs. Other Unreal tabs tend to be doing things. But, you know, whatever. I like that the Emperor is going to be a thing here. I don't know what I'm going to do with this yet, but still. I realize there's almost nowhere to recover a curse in this entire room. I went with everything being so pretty and everything like that, lights everywhere, but the simple reality is just too many lights for poor Poppet to actually do anything. So I probably want to cut out a light or two. Because if she can't recover curse in the room, it's pretty worthless to her. I imagine once this is packaged and everything, and not running through the editor, it'll probably have better FPS in general. I'd really tell you how to recover curse though, but I'll see you some real fast. I may tie that to sanity. Yeah, there's like nowhere. Like she doesn't recover it in any of these locations. It's not really a beard, it's a laziness meter. It grows out and then I end up shaving it again, and then it grows out and I end up shaving it again. In a way, I probably should just keep it because women tend to like it. They always give me all these compliments and want to talk to me whenever I bother to grow it out, and then whenever I cut it short, they're not, I just shave it off, they're not as excited anymore. This is true. Yes. Yes. Very true. I'll reduce the 10. Actually, I'm gonna edit these and just do it for all of them. Oh, I guess they default to 1,000. Okay, well. Today I decided standing is better. I had to restructure my whole room for it though. Well, move some things around. Because it's really hard to get my, to get it tall enough so it actually blocks off like the green screen. It's only like a 6-foot green screen, but unless I have like literally just crammed up against my back, it's kind of short. That curse particle or something I was using. Yeah, she's not in darkness anywhere in this room. Where she is, it's just hard to tell. I know why it's hard to tell. Let's make some random changes. Test things out. That's fair. Maybe I'll get a clipper or something like that. For that purpose, or I don't know. Mostly as long as it doesn't, you know, get near my mouth. That always bugs the crap out of me. Once the hair starts touching my lips, it's so weird. 0 out of 10, do not like. That would make a terrible gay dude, let's put it that way. Hair on lips? Ugh. This is probably set to not visible. Yeah. I actually did the 5.5 preview test with Mega Lights, and it gets almost 30 FPS with the new lights. This starts getting okay FPS kinda once you start it going, but it definitely needs some work. But if you try to use regular lights, it gives something like, I don't know, 12 to 14 FPS, so getting like 28 to 30 with mega lights is pretty good. I actually might want to make it so that she's it's like a blue instead of a purple. I don't know. Some of the mechanics in this feel really hard to make work. I thought this dodge had a particle on it. Why is the particle not working? Are you not set to visible? I see. Gotta get like a weightlifting stream here and get some gains in here. Game dev gains. Oh. Not auto activate, that's what I was doing. Gotta go for more of a magical dodge. This way there's an explanation for why she can suddenly dodge. I don't know why she'd be able to flip or anything like that. I don't want her to be like, you know, friggin' Devil May Cry type of things like that. Poppet May Cry, yeah. I really just wanted to be a magical girl, basically, so I have an explanation for why she's able to do these things, because otherwise it just doesn't work very well. There's enough darkness now. You definitely need an indicator. It's too hard to tell because the darkness isn't very dark. I can reduce the strength of these lights. I might do that. It's already pretty low. I get the feeling it's changing, though, somewhere else. Unless the power emissive is just that. Oh, power emissive is that. Okay. I learned I could reparent things and gain all the abilities of it without having to actually do anything, so now I was just like, well, this is now just a table lamp, and I just change a couple things and suddenly it's like all the same code. You can also make everything instance editable if you want, but I don't know. In the case of these, I'm not really going to want to make any changes later on, so I really don't know if I want to do that. I guess it's just the material itself is super emissive. If I could maybe make it a little less ridiculous. Doesn't really seem to do much to change it, does it? Like, it's... I think it's because they're almost entirely that plastic. They look way better as the regular lights. What can I do, yeah? I think I'm going to take the factory portion of this out. I think it's just going to be themed areas that are themed around, you know, fun areas for people instead of having a factory thing. I realized I could just have, you know, an area that's themed like, you know, a city for people to wander around in. I can have an area that's themed all Halloween. Like I can, you know, have gosh, what were the areas I wanted? I have a dollhouse area if I want to, which maybe I will. You know, just things that seem more like a place for children to play at, or just, you know, something that's just more theme parky and less weird factory. Because honestly, it's more fun when it's one of these kinds of areas and you get to wander around than it is as a factory. It doesn't hurt that the factory stuff is like $150 and maybe like 75 bucks on sale if it ever goes on sale. If I can skip that, it isn't too bad. But I think I'd rather spend it on models and stuff. But old Poppet can jump on everything. Dude. Kinda. Well, that's actually a cheater thing right there, because she can jump and then... Oh, ooh. I don't know if I want that to be possible. Probably lock it out of air usage. Yeah, she's just weirdly in light everywhere. The attenuation radius must be incredibly huge. Supposedly it's only 800. Is that true? Yeah, it's supposed to only be 800. And what in the world is she in range of? 800 is nothing. Let's have a 5,000. Let's do 1,000. Everything should just be way weaker. They don't look very good if they don't have a huge emissive, right? Maybe not like this kind of emissive, but maybe like a 5. Huh. To 2,000. That's definitely better. They need to have that glow to them. I might merge the whole circus area with like a Halloween type of area. Start putting in more stuff that's Halloweeny in here. Stuff so that they're actually working. Yeah, I could have graveyard things like that and stuff. It's that would even fit a little better with this, I imagine, too. Well, these don't default to on. It's gonna be hard to turn on though. Might not be within range. Let's double check here. But... why is that way instead of the other? Oh, it works. I think I know what's wrong. It's on the actual event graph here when you turn on and off. I made some changes other places, but I forgot to put the elemental index on here. And here. Oh wait. That's just a parameter. What I need is power emissive on this one. It could be months before the other comes out, and if I can find a way to get a shadow on the player, I'll just keep, you know, the lumen thing, but Mega Lights would be so nice. Looks so much better. Bad. I gotta fix this too. Big wall is big. I should almost just default all of them on. I mean, I'm only like maybe 10 to 15% into the game, I think. I have a lot of stuff. I mean, I have combat passively well. There's a lot of like bugs and things. Like I have an entire Patrick fight and something like 6 working enemies, a half boss besides Patrick. Realistically, I probably need closer to like 10 bosses that are the big bosses, and then some mini bosses tossed in, and probably like 50 enemies. Sure, I'll get to recycle some by changing the colors of them and giving them different abilities too, but not obviously going to put like, you know, a million models in here. So much. But I have a playable game mostly. You can literally go from the start into the painting world, pop out of the painting world into this room. You can go and get the way out through here to get into this. This is going to need to be taken out, but I'm keeping it there for the moment. You can go through this room, get the key back out of this room in order to unlock the doors. You can then go through the toy maze, which lets you rescue Annie's on, who has a key to give you, which then you go back to the painting world to get, so that works. It takes you into the waiting room. Oh, that's playable to that point. I need to put a key in, I think, for the safari room somewhere. Probably up here, so that's technically a break right there. In this room will be Patrick's key. I haven't put all the enemies out yet, or all the breakables. And Patrick's key over here, which then will give you the key to... I don't know after Patrick where I'm going. I originally had a bunch of things I was doing, but I would say technically there's probably about, I want to say 15 to 20 minutes of gameplay at the moment. Assuming I just drop down a bunch of random enemies for you to fight. But I'm not going to go, oh look, this game is, you know, marginally playable. Let's just release something. You don't put this much effort into a game to release it in a half-assed state. Nah, man. That's why I say 10 to 15%. Kind of waiting on Mega Lights because it fixes some of my problems, but to be fair, that'll probably be out in maybe 2 months, or even 1 month. And there's no way I'm finishing by that anyway. I mean, I have a lot of areas made too. I still have a lot to go. I have to keep working on the 5th floor. I was going to rebuild this room, reminding myself there. A weird horseshoe type of thing. It's more interesting than a hallway. I need to do something more with these rooms here. I don't have much in them yet. I gotta make a boss fight here. I'm assuming... I'm probably going to rework some of these things so that they're more Halloween areas. So maybe I'll make this room where you can visit, but you can't open anything yet. I don't know. But then I have all these finished. Well, I have stuff in all these rooms here, so that's a good chunk of area. Oh, that's not the room there. Where is that room? Is this room here? Yeah. Probably make some big Toy City thing in this area, potentially. I don't know. I was going to do a factory, but I don't know anymore. Actually, the Toy City could actually be this area. That might be more fun. Like trains and things like that. I want it to be more open. I don't know. My plan was something along the lines of maybe like October of next year for the release. Games like this just take a long time. I mean, at the end of the day, you can't release it half-assed, so you just wasted all your time, so. And just because they make enemies doesn't mean that they have all the stuff in them, like they don't have particles for when they're moving around or doing extra things. I mean, they don't have sound effects yet. I'm gonna make it good. There'll be none of this.